Oral history is a special way of collecting and preserving stories and memories from people who have experienced different events in their lives. Unlike written history, which is often recorded in books and documents, oral history relies on spoken accounts passed down from generation to generation. The importance of oral history lies in its ability to capture the voices and perspective of ordinary people whose stories might otherwise have been forgotten. Through oral history, we can learn about the lives of individuals, communities, and cultures in a personal and intimate way. One of key aspects of oral history is the interview process. Interviewers sit down with individuals who have lived through certain events or periods of time and ask them questions about their experience. These interviews are often recorded so that the stories can be preserved for future generations. One of the great strengths of oral history is its ability to fill in the gaps left by traditional written history. Written history often focuses on big events and important figures, but oral history can provide insight into the everyday lives of ordinary people. For example, while written history might tell us about a famous battle, oral history can tell us how that battle affected the lives of people who lived through it. Oral history is also important because it allows marginalized voices to be heard. Throughout history, certain groups of people have been overlooked or excluded from traditional narratives. Oral history provides an opportunity for these voices to be heard and their stories to be told. In addition to presenting individual stories, oral history can also help to preserve cultural practices. Many cultures have rich oral tradition passed down through generations, including stories, song, and rituals. By recording these traditions through oral history, we can ensure that they are not lost as time goes on. However, oral history also has its own limitation. Because stories are passed down through word of mouth, they can sometimes be distorted or embellished over time. Memories can also be unreliable, especially as people age. This means that oral history must be approached with caution, and researchers must take care to verify the information they collect. Despite these challenges, oral history remains a valuable tool for preserving the stories and memories of the past. By listening to these voices of those who have lived through history, we can gain deeper understanding of human experience and ensure that their stories are not forgotten. In conclusion, oral history is a powerful way of preserving the voices of the past. By collecting and recording the stories of individuals and communities, oral history provides valuable insight into the lived experience of people throughout history. While oral history has its challenges, its ability to capture the personal and intimate detail of the past makes it an invaluable resource for historians and researchers alike.